Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben, your go-to podcast for all things green and growing. I'm Ben, your allotment guide, and here to help you cultivate your garden and your passion for plants. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out, this podcast is for you. Each episode will dig into tips, tricks and techniques to make your garden and allotment thrive. From planting, sowing and growing, we will share all the tips and advice. We will also have regular episodes talking about what we have been up to on the allotment. So sit back, grab a brew and enjoy today's episode. Hey everyone and welcome back to Gardening with Ben. Well, it's a brand new week, a fresh start, ready for it all to go again. And wow, the temperatures are going to drop this week. If you've not seen the weather forecast, have a look. And yeah, it's certainly going to be cold at night now. So if you've got any delicate plants what are outside, fetch them into the greenhouse, fetch them inside, protect them and look after them through the winter period, because if not, the cold weather is going to kill them off. And obviously, if they're perennial plants and they survive and they come back every year, that's fine. But if they're not, and if you want to keep them safe, definitely bring them inside or put them in a heated greenhouse, as it's going to turn nippy and there's snow predicted this week. So we'll see if we get an 8. Fingers crossed we don't, because it's my mum's 70th birthday at the weekend and hopefully I'm going to be out celebrating that. So yeah, it's now Monday. What did we get up to on Sunday? That is the question. Well, I'm recording this on Sunday, ready for Monday. I've just come back from the allotment and I'm absolutely freezing. I went down to the allotment today, forgot my body warmer. I'll have to start wearing my body warmer now at weekends, as it's getting cold. You certainly feel it. Compared to yesterday, it was gorgeous yesterday down at the allotment, but today it's absolutely dropped. So I think the autumn and winter weather is finally here. We've been waiting for it. It's held off, but it's finally appeared. But we do need the cold weather to help with the garlic development over the winter period. So we do welcome it. Unfortunately, we have to welcome it. And yeah, what have we been up to at the allotment today? Well, obviously yesterday I absolutely cleared all of my fruit tree area around my rhubarb. So I got most of that done. So there wasn't that much to be done today, to be honest. We took it pretty steady. We had a bit of a lazy day at the allotment. I went down and I was there for quite a few hours, but we had a pretty much lazy day. We obviously did our first thing of making sure the bird feeders are filled up, fed the pussycat, and yeah, then we did some more clearing of the paths and clearing some more bindweed which had grown around one of my garden arches. But I'm going to end up taking that garden arch down, I think, because it's not very good. It's one of those metal ones and it's bent and broken and it's not done very well. I thought I could grow my climbing roses over them, but they're not very good and they don't seem to last. So I think that's coming down. We might have to look at other options on what to grow my climbing roses over. Maybe we'll build something. You know what my DIY skills are like, but maybe we will. We'll have to have a wait and see. Maybe we'll have to design something. You've not seen my drawing skills. Absolutely useless. But yeah, I do love DIY, but I'm just rubbish at it. But yeah, we've been clearing some of that area. And yeah, I'm happy that I've cleared all my rhubarb area and round there now. And we've just dropped our YouTube video up of our weekly tour. So you can see all the work that I've done this weekend around my rhubarb and how good it's looking. We've got a big job next weekend, but I'll save that for the next podcast. For the weekend's podcast to tell you what I'm getting up to down at the allotment. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Fingers crossed if it isn't snowing. We've obviously been filming our videos for the week, as I have to do them all on a weekend ready for the week. I've filmed all my daily questions, which I'll be posting on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. So make sure you get involved in the daily questions, what I post. as I do love to see all your answers. I may not reply to them all, but I do actually read them all. And yeah, we've done a few YouTube videos this week. So we've done the garden tour. We've done a tour of my shed and what I plan to do with it this winter. What we're actually growing over the winter periods. How to look after the wildlife at an allotment or encourage it. So yeah, quite a few videos coming up on the YouTube channel. So I hope that you are following the YouTube channel. I do post them all on Facebook as well and Instagram these days, but they're easier to find on YouTube sometimes. So if you're not following my YouTube channel, make sure you follow it, click the bell, and you'll get notified when I upload them, which will usually be at night time. But yeah, we've had a good weekend down there overall. I've made a start on tidying my shed out, obviously, getting that all clean and tidy. But I'm happy with how it's progressed, and I mentioned this in my tour video that I'm glad I started around end of September, starting to clear all my plot, clearing all my beds, tidying it all up, getting rid of all the bindweed, and it's pretty much all tidied now. All my beds are done, and it's pretty much done outside. I've just got another weekend to go on doing an area, which I'll mention later on in the podcasts. And then it's going to be indoor work, getting all my shed ready for next year. So we're well ahead of schedule. We're absolutely flying with getting my allotment prepped for next year. One of next year's plans is obviously to improve the soil in my beds, because I've not improved them over the last 12 years or so. So I'm going to be adding some nutrients into the soil and adding compost into it, adding food into it, anything I can do to help improve the growth of all my vegetables, and hopefully get some huge pumpkins next year and some fantastic courgettes, but we'll see. But we've got lots and lots to get done over there. But yeah, we've had a fantastic weekend. Like I said, it's been a bit too cold today. Maybe I'm going to have to start having them bonfires down there. I didn't manage to get one done this weekend. But hopefully I'll start getting some bonfires going, and then that'll keep me warm as well. But as I'm actually recording this podcast, you know how I said it's not hardly rained here. It's absolutely chucking it down now, which is fantastic, which is what I wanted. We've not had no rain, proper rain here for ages. We had a 15-minute downpour yesterday when I was at allotment, but it wasn't much. But hopefully this is a lot heavier than it was yesterday. So hopefully we're going to start getting a bit more rain now, because I need it to start watering my garlic and watering my winter onions, as they're not getting any water. I'm having to water them myself, and it seems strange having to water outside in November. But yeah, I'm having to water everything. But it's going to be a busy week down at the allotment. Well, at home, to be honest, not at the allotment. It's going to be a busy week this week, as I'm going to start planning and prepping for what seeds I'm going to grow for next year. So I'll be sharing that with you all shortly, as I need to have a look what I want to order. Obviously, pop them in a basket and then get them all ordered. I want to try some new flowers next year. That's another plan. But yeah, I'm going to start putting it all together, and I'll share it with you on my podcasts, and hopefully get some new ideas for some more new podcast ideas, because I start to run out of things to talk about after a while. I tried to make them quite long episodes, but I only managed to ever get to about 10 minutes. But yeah, I like to talk about a different topic every single day. So this podcast has obviously been talking about what we've been getting up to at the weekend. But we've got us birdhouses back up. We've cleaned them out. We cleaned them out ready for springtime. If anybody's got any birdhouses in the garden, make sure you take them down. Clean out any old nests what are in them. Disinfect them out just in case there's any diseases and stuff in there. Give them a clean, as blue tits won't move into them if they look like they've been lived in or anything's disturbed them. So have them nice and clean, ready for springtime, and then that'll encourage blue tits into your garden. I do this every year, and then the blue tits move back in again in the early springtime, ready for laying their eggs for baby blue tits. So I'm looking forward to getting more birds down at my allotment next year, and hopefully I'll get my prize as well delivered this week for my bird feeder. So hopefully we'll have some suet blocks again, because after yesterday's episode of the pesky squirrels eating all my suet blocks, which I'm not very happy about because they're expensive. They're not cheap suet blocks, but yeah, they're expensive, and they ate them all. And I thought, oh, that'll last me for about 10 weeks. That put a new suet block in every week. But no, it lasted me 3 weeks. But hopefully we're going to start encouraging more animals down onto my plot. Obviously, I had a look actually in the supermarket yesterday, and they got some hedgehog food. Now, it's specially designed for hedgehogs, but obviously that will encourage mice and rats and squirrels to eat it. So I don't know if I should put hedgehog food out or not. Let me know in the comments if you put hedgehog food out. Well, not in the comments, by sending me a message. I'd like to know if anyone else puts hedgehog food out. Obviously, there's certain stuff that you can feed them and certain stuff you can't, but this is specially designed for hedgehogs. So let me know if you feed your hedgehogs with hedgehog food, and whether it's worth off doing it or not at my allotment, as I have got a hedgehog house. I've not put it out yet. I need to put it out, find somewhere nice for it to go, because obviously this time of year hedgehogs are hibernating and they need to stay safe, ready for next year. So let me know and send me a message if you feed the hedgehogs or not. Make sure you come back for tomorrow's episode. We're going to be talking about all different topics in this week. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about what's the best way to start an allotment off. Excuse me. What's the best way to start an allotment off from scratch? So make sure you tune in for that episode. If you're not following me, do give me a follow. Give it a like. Give it a rating as well. I know you can give ratings as well. So make sure you come back for tomorrow. Until next time, everyone, remember, keep smiling, keep shining, and keep gardening with Ben, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Gardening with Ben. I hope you have found some useful tips and inspiration for your own gardening and allotment journey. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please make sure to follow and subscribe to the podcast so you never miss a new episode. And if you have a moment, I'd love for you to leave a review and share the podcast with fellow gardening enthusiasts. Your support helps us grow this community and continue bringing you great content. You can also follow us on social media on every platform called Gardening with Ben for daily gardening tips and updates. Happy gardening, and until next time, remember, keep smiling, keep shining, and keep gardening with